Hi, I'm Riz. Let's go and open up some cards. First though, let me just say thank you. So many of you subscribed, so many people left comments in the comment section below, and a few of you even stopped over to my Twitch chat and said hi there too. Completely unexpected in all cases, but really appreciated. Those of you suggested I should keep doing this and do it my own way. I agree. I'll try my best, I'll see how it goes, but I keep having fun with you all, so here we are again, and we'll be doing some more of this probably a couple times a week, a few times a week, for the foreseeable future. Now, unfortunately, I owe pretty much all of you an apology. Yesterday I was feeling a little bit anxious, not quite sure what I was doing in my day, in my life, who knows what, and I had an idea. You know what would calm me down? I should go open some cards of magic. So I went downstairs into the room here and went ahead and pulled out 2 packs and pulled them open. And one of the packs had a card I wish I'd opened with you all, but unfortunately I just didn't. And that's this card right here. A Draco Genesis or Draco Genesis, your choice, which is very, very, very shiny indeed. I think it's called a Halo Foil from a little bit of my research. And man, I wish I would have opened this up right in front of your eyes and had a smile and talk about then. What I see is after casting it, which is what, 6 mana plus 2 fire, you can cast dragon spells up paying their mana cost. I get that's not dragon creatures, but this seems like, again, a ridiculously strong card. Is it just an auto win? Is it a card where you win right away for playing it, or is there a good counter on it? I'd love to know that. How would you counter this card if you were presented with it late in the game? I realize it's a little bit hard to see it due to the glare, so I might go ahead and take a photo of this and leave it down in the description if you want to see it more closely. Ugin and the Dragonstorms of Tarkir are intrinsically linked. With his death they weakened, with his life they raged, but even the Spirit Dragon do not hold them fully under his sway. I'm not exactly sure who Ugin is, though that's not quite true. A card I unboxed before recording it all was this one right here. I know he's the Eye of the Storm, but this doesn't describe at all exactly who he is. I'm hoping we get other cards that explain more fully, but 2 pretty cool cards, obviously. One not unboxed on stream, and one unboxed on stream. Oh, I can't block my wife, that's rude. So I'll put it over here, I suppose. Gotta find a better way to present these cards. Having them off screen is probably not the best for any of us. Regardless, it is time to open up 5 more packs again. Today we have 1 Tarkir Collector Booster. We have 2 Play Boosters, I guess. 1 from Mystery Booster and 1 for Tarkir. And then these I know almost nothing about. I just happened to get a couple, actually a whole box rather, of Modern Horizons 2. It was fairly inexpensive by comparison with others, so I decided to check it out. But I don't know any of the cards inside this collection, and so we'll open them, we'll see what comes of it. I'll go ahead and start with one of these, I suppose, and we'll work through them in roughly that order, I guess. Gotta make sure we put this in between, I suppose. Today I do have more of the plastic sleeves ready to go. Some of you asked me to try to sleeve up right away instead of waiting for after the stream, after the video rather, and I'll try to do that. I think the only trouble is, as right now, I don't have that much space here. Everything's kind of jammed in, so I'll work though on using the sleeves right away to keep things protected. So, booster number 1, Horizons 3. Thanks for being here. Let's go ahead and spend some money. Again, financially, very poor decisions. Those of you encouraging me to get some singles to build up my own collection, yeah, I agree. Gotta target the cards I want based on what I want to play in my deck. I guess with that said, though, I don't know what kind of deck to play. Any suggestions on Baby's first deck? How about this? How about you tell me what your very first deck is that you really enjoyed? Whenever you made it, however you made it, what was your favorite? Okay, we don't know the order of these cards, so I'll start on this side and we'll see what comes of it. Number 1, a Nightshade Dryad, looking like something out of Roman myth perhaps. Death is a natural part of life. Without the mulch to feed new sprouts, everything withers. While true, perhaps not encouraging for the individual who is dying. Number 2, Grave Digging. Oh, these two are nicely related, right? On the one hand, you die. On the other hand, the thieves come and steal your things. Target player creates a 2/2 black zombie, and you return a target creature from your graveyard to your hand. So you get one back, and they get something small as a token of appreciation. Then Entwine 2, that's a skill I need to learn about, entwining. It makes so someone can't move for a turn or 2. Who knows? Twisted Landscape. Add yourself some mana, sacrifice the landscape to search your library for a basic card of your choice, and put it in this battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Also, cycling, that's another word that's new. Oh, I'll look into these things, I promise. Artifact, creature, zombie, rat, refurbished familiar. An affinity for artifacts. It costs 1 less for each artifact you control. So get artifacts out there and then bring this little buddy out instead. It says, when her beloved pet died, the artificer turned to necromancy. Oh boy, never truly gone. Mr. Fluffles, come back. The emissary of solitude. Sorry, I can't read. The Emissary of Soulfire, rather. A creature of a Jinn Monk. When the Emissary of Soulfire enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy counters. You can see how those are used there for exalted counters. Wait, energy counters into exalted counter into counter counters. Before long, we're running a diner. The Cephalid or Cephalid Coliseum. No lore comments there, but when you tap it, you get some blue mana, and it deals damage to you. What a trade. Your life for water. Discipline of Freelise, sounding very elf-like indeed. I wonder, are these people like Freelise appearing in multiple sets? Is it a cult developed only for this one set? And then what on earth is this indicator here, this little triangle? I don't think I'm used to seeing some indicator in the top left like that. So, Disciple of Freelise, triangle person. You can sacrifice another creature. If you do, gain X life. Life further based on X creature's power. So you get a big old beefy character, you sacrifice it and get all your life back, like some health potion. Basic land there, a little shiny. Many of these are shiny, of course, being Collector's Booster. Past that, we have Charitable Levy. Non-creature spells cost more to cast. However, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, put a collection counter. Okay, how many kinds of counters are there? And does the ideal Magic player understand all of them? Or only certain kinds of counters relevant to certain eras of the game? Is it possible you'll see 5 or 10 different counters in a game? It just seems like too much. Excessive countering. Tireless Provisioner, making sure that food's available. My grandfather used to tell a story about how he, when he was in the war in Germany back in the 40s, he was in charge of a kitchen battalion, and how they had to make tons of chickens all at once in giant vats. Nonetheless, he was a tireless provisioner. This one, though, whenever land enters the battlefield, you create it's a food token. It's not a food counter, but you get a token or a treasure token along with the food. The Flare of Denial. Ooh, loving that giant burst, looking like a Doctor Strange with a different color. You may sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost, and it's a counter spell. So counter spell for potentially free if you sacrifice a non-token blue. I see where you're going with that, and I don't like it. I'm sure that some of you, when seeing these cards, know immediately, oh, that's a really strong card. Oh, that one's not so good. Is that based on familiarity with the game? Like, have you played the game enough that you read this and say, that looks kind of interesting, sacrificing a blue creature, but most blue creatures are more expensive. Now, maybe you can sacrifice a blue creature that's near to death and get one last burst of energy out of them. I'm not sure. Okay, put that one there as to be looked at later. Beyond that, we have the Sunken Palace. It enters the battlefield tapped. You get some mana from it, and then exile 7 cards from the graveyard. So exile means remove from game entirely. You then get a mana. When you spend this mana to cast a spell or activate an ability, you copy that spell or ability. Okay, so you can double cast after removing 7 cards from the game. Again, it feels a little kitchen sinky with so much going on, but it also has that special rare quality, and so I'll put it inside the sleeve. I don't know. It feels like putting cards in sleeves really slows down what I'm doing here, and though I do want to go slow and be deliberate, I'm not especially strong with manual dexterity. Crabomination. Crabomination. Recently, my wife and I watched a documentary or series of videos on a guy named Leon the Lobster, a fellow took home a grocery store lobster and raised it to adulthood and to health, and getting pictures of the lobster's face close up. Exactly, a crabomination. It emerged from Artifact 5-2. I don't know, that mean it comes out of a jar like a genie does? Perhaps. Lots of text there about exiling and casting. It's a giant little buddy. It'll go into the sleeve later, I promise. Fury! A double strike, so attack twice. When Fury enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. So a bunch of damage on the way in. Reminds me kind of that Ragnaros character in Hearthstone. Again, I played almost none of, but when it comes in, it does big damage across the board. And then Evoke. What's Evoke mean? I don't know. Lastly, Grief. Wait, is this game all of the different emotions? We have Fury and then Grief. Grief has Menace. When Grief enters the battlefield, I hit the camera. Sorry. When Grief... gonna work on this one of these days. Alright, when Grief enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and that player must discard the card. Oh, you get to see what the opponent's up to and how to undermine their engine, undermine what they're trying to do. Oh, it's terrible. I mean, very good for the player, very dismaying. That's another question I suppose I'm curious about the answer to. What is the card that you hate to see played against you most often? Is there some card that stands out as one where you go, oh, I shouldn't even bother playing? If so, that's the card to target with this one. And lastly, of course, we do have the Eldrazi Spawn. Lots of arms, lots of terror. On the backside of that one, we have a cat. Oh, more cats. I need to collect all of the cats. I think I should have a cat-only deck. Like, no humans who are partially cats, no people pretending to be cats, but just actual factual cats. I don't care if we win or we lose, it'll be an absolute delight through and through. Alright, one pack down. We learned a little bit about anger and grief and Crabominations. There must be a funnier Magic card's name to say, but I can't come up with this point because I don't know any cards. But Crabomination may be my favorite for sure. Deck number 2, we got some Tarkir Dragonstorm to go. A little bit of a play booster here. Let's see how we boost our play. Also, let's see if we can get into it. Should I open with Scissors? I think opening with Scissors might hurry us up a bit, but there's joy in the crinkling, there's joy in finding just the right spot, and so now we'll get to that. Number two here, we begin with the Salt Road Pack Beasts. Some nomads are doing their things, saying, she huffs like she's Queen Hellkite of the Scour. We've been together for many journeys, and she's never let me down, says Mondaka the Mardu Scout. Like, has a little bit of a dragon scale on the camel there. Is that armor, or is everything dragony in the world of Tarkir? Wild Ride. Sorcery. A target creature gains +3/+0 and gains haste until the end of the turn. It can harmonize. Do, re, mi. The card comes from the graveyard for its harmonized cost. So harmonizing is a kind of returning to life, a kind of anti-zombie, or I guess pro-zombie move. Oh, cards. Didn't drop them today. Very good, very good. Currently my camera is sitting... Oh, I hit it a third time today. Man, brutal. Currently my camera is sitting on top of a small pile of books. I have ordered a proper iPhone bracket to put it up a little higher, and so soon this will be a thing of the past. The Kin Tree Nurturer. Thank the ancestors. A few more weeks would have discovered nothing but dead wood and lost kin. Way of putting out the fire by taking care of the kin tree. When it enters, it endures 1, getting a counter on it, and also a white spirit creature token. It must be an interesting decision to make as a player, whether one should put the token creature out separately, or give a little buffer bonus to the creature itself. Probably depends on what you're doing in the moment. Sarkhan's Resolve. Target creature had some bonuses, and with Taigam whispering encouragement in his ear, Sarkhan threw aside his misgivings. The ritual would return him to his former glory. All he needed was a dragon's heart. I think we read that one before, and again, thinking of an individual getting dragon's heart, kind of brutal. The Ringing Strike Mastery. I imagine he's yelling Fusro Da as he claps that dragon on the back. Tap Enchanted Creature. It doesn't untap, and it's control untapped, so we have knocking one creature out of the way for a while, it looks like. Heritage Reclamation. You can destroy an artifact, destroy an enchantment, or exile one target card from the graveyard and draw a card. So choose your own adventure, door number 1, door 2, or door 3. On this one, we see someone attacking into a moose? I don't know. I'm not going to go on this one and look a little more closely, get my old man eyes up close. We then have Embermouth Sentinel, a kind of lovely Asian dragon beast. An eternal glow lights the way for weary travelers to the misty heights surrounding Pearl Lake. I like to imagine this thing attracts the visitors from all around. Rakasha's Bargain. I believe it's a name I've seen somewhere previously. Rakasha. Sure. You know you shouldn't, and the Sultai forbids you, but can you resist the temptation? Can you? Oh no, someone's getting into some big trouble. The Unsparing Bolt Caster. Zurgo valued those who took initiative. An ogre wizard that. Whoever Zurgo is probably ogre related. The Purging Storm Brood, our very own dragon. 4/4. Sinkhole Surveyor. Oh no. I mean, wonderful that you have a bird who can fly down and look at the sinkhole as opposed to having to rappel down yourself. Vast sinkholes in the shining waste revealed long-buried structures and long-buried dangers. I see this one's rare, so I'll go ahead and set it off as many of you requested. Death begets life. Oh man, looking down the hole like that, is it leading towards infinity? You need not mourn. Their life essence returned to the earth will eventually bloom into a new form, says Kotis the Famekeeper. Oh, it's Dragonstar also. I thought it was actually just a vision. One of those you were getting sleepy routines, but it said dragons all the way. Then the Quarry Mountain Stalwart, looking quite beefy indeed, that fellow, with his little trident ready to go and a spear behind. Zhao had resolved to hold the bridge, defending the village behind him, but the villagers decided that Zhao would not stand alone. One of these unified for the common good suffering stories. Sign me up, Zhao, I'll be right there with you. A Jungle Hollow, a land with a new attractive glow on it. Looks like some things have been there before. Long-standing disagreements between the Sultai and the Abzan about how to honor the dead have led to fierce but rare skirmishes. I think the Sultai might be the name of the nomads. Not sure on that one. Lastly then, we have a soldier, token creature, and the other side, a soldier in battle. So no cats this time, but perhaps it's okay anyway. Very good, very good. Learning more of the lore of the game as we go. Let's go and knock out the other Horizons 3 booster here. As I'm going along, I am curious what boosters you'd like to see. Now, don't get silly. I mean, I'd love to open the Fallout boosters also. I've looked at the Lord of the Ring boosters. They're very, very expensive. But is there a particular set that you think is especially enjoyable to open? Is there one that you yourself have always wanted to open? This one is not opening. We'll give it another go on the other end. There we go. I just have to think strong thoughts and it'll all work out for sure. There we go. Okay, this one begins on this side again with the Throbbin Charm. Charms Throbbin. Once again, I choose one. So I think in this set, there must be a lot of choices. Or was that a prior choice in the other set? Who knows? You could either deal damage equal to twice the number of creatures you control to a target creature. Is creature including the opposition player? Or is a player not a creature? Because it'd be wonderful to flood the board with lots of little garbage characters and just aim it directly at the opposing player. I suspect you cannot do that. And you'll also exile target players' graveyards if you want to. Next up, the Cyclops Superconductor. Reminded me of that large fellow in World of Warcraft. Whatever the Necromancer castle is called. Man, it's all in there somewhere, I swear. There's a battle with two very large giants who are electrified entirely. You can see his powerful electricity flowing throughout him. After that, we get ourselves the Airy Auxiliary. Birds, not the birds. The Howard Chief's ground tactics were unsurpassed. If only he thought to watch the skies. Oh, the bird's gonna get ya. Bird's gonna get ya. Unfathomable Truths. Devoid, so it has no color. So after using some blue mana to cast it, it then has no color. Why is that useful? Is this a case where there's some cards that target only blue, or you say like can have defense against red, and so if you're no color, you can avoid all that. And also you draw cards and create a 1/0/1 colorless spawn creature. If you want to, you can sacrifice the creature too. Here's a message for you. Maybe we're all just figments of the Kozilek's imagination. This is Anowin the Ruin Sage. Oh boy, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be in part of a simulation. Just let me be me. The Furnace Hellkite has an affinity for artifacts. Second time we've seen that, so cheaper for having more artifacts. I suspect it's the case that when a card has affinity for artifacts, often it's relatively expensive, with the expectation that one will use artifacts to bring that cost down. Now, of course, if you get this card before the artifacts, oof. Some mornings it wakes up determined to consume the red sun itself. Good luck! Urza's Cave. I think I've seen the name Urza in other places. No matter how deep Urza delved, he couldn't escape his regrets. I have been there on some Saturday mornings. The Depth Defiler. Again, no color, and it's a kicker. You may pay an additional mana. I assume that's mana, I'm not sure. Actually, it's not mana, right? Because mana would usually be the circle up here. So you pay an additional something as you cast a spell. When you do so, you either return a target creature to owner's hand or make the target player draw 2 cards and then discard one of them. Of slowing down the opposition's attack. All these holes. I know some people have a great phobia towards little open holes like that. I don't know what it's called. Thalassophobia is the fear of the deep. It's something like that. Tea of some sort. Here I give you the mountain. Oh man, and in the background, what's that? Is that a tree monster? Is that Cthulhu itself? Either way, I don't like it. I'm gonna have bad dreams tonight. Brain Surge. Draw 4 cards, then put 2 cards in your hand on top of your library in any order. So you're able to restructure your draw. In the Cosmos, secret swirl and spark like winter-born embers, and only Alrund can capture them. If I were not recording this video, I would have a sheet of paper next to me on which I would write all of these different names, because I need to know how they fit together, and there's too many of them right now. The Accursed Marauder. Shame. The Accursed are ever drawn to the Heckma, as though its presence provides a brief respite in their lives of eternal torment. Why does no one have a good life in the world of Magic the Gathering? Is this like Warhammer? Even the good guys are the bad guys? Ugh. Eternal torment. Really cool kind of foil on that one. I like it with the black, I think, is what I'm seeing there. 6 is the name of this tree. Some of you know already, I'm such a big fan of giant trees. Managed to make an entirely giant tree deck. Whenever 6 attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. So mill is to, draw, I believe? But wait, why is mill different than draw? I have no idea how this works if you have to mill them, but also you can look at them. Anyway, as long as your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace. Retrace means you can cast the cards from your graveyard by discarding a land card. So you imagine that 6 is walking around destroying all the land. Smush, smush, smush. That one goes over into this respectful pile. The Bloodbraid Challenger, with a extended art card there. Cascade, a new word, and haste. Hassel knew hunting in the Rip would be dangerous. He didn't know it would be so much fun. Good job, Haskell. Dodging everything, hunting. We then have the Strix Serenade. Is that a bird creature singing? Counter a target artifact, creature, or planeswalker spell. So it's not a normal counter spell, only one kind of spell. Its controller creates a 2/2 blue bird creature token with flying. All these counters. I wonder, do people tend to collect the tokens to play the role of counters, or do you pull out a random piece of junk and say, this rubber band right here counts as being a 2/2 bird. Caw! Extended art, Strix Serenade. After that, we have Grist the Voracious Larva. Again, this arrow up there. It has Death Touch. It looks horrifying. It appears to be a caterpillar. I can surely outrun it. Whenever Grist the Voracious Larva or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it enters from the graveyard or you cast from the graveyard, you may pay but 1 forest mana. If you do exile Grist, the return to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. I don't know what that means. I understand the exiling bit, but what does it mean transformed? Is the backside's transformation maybe? Does it turn into Grist the butterfly? Oh gosh, knock these over. Oh gosh, it does. What is that? Oh, I wish it had stayed in larval form. Grist the Plague Swarm. It becomes one of these commander characters, I believe, with things up and things down, and oh golly. These are not bits of blood, but instead flying insects. I'm not sure which is better though. Man. Behind that we have Rongavon the Nimble Pilferer, a monkey ruler. Whenever Rongavon the Nimble Pilferer deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library. Until the end of the turn, you can then use that one. Wow. So you get to take the other player's card and use it. You use the opponent's deck against themselves. Also, a little flying shooting star there. Man, it indicates how fast Rongavon's going. Oh, I love that. I love using the opponent's deck against themselves. Feels so unsporting. And then a Phyrexian Germ. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. On the backside, a Spirit also. All these fine characters of the future. A bit of a mess here. Also, realize we've now been recording about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes or so. We have 2 packs left to go. So I want to go and speed up just a little bit. Also, I'm now glad I hadn't spent more time with putting the cards in the sleeves. Would have taken forever. Our mystery booster number 2 there. 15 cards of mystery ahead. I wonder if some other pack openers do a better job of sleeving quickly. Off of video, I'll practice like how fast I can get it going over and over again. We'll have a Rocky montage eventually. Exile. Exile target non-white attacking creature. These gets anything except for white and gain some life back also. Again, probably very useful on big boppers. The Glimmer Point Stag, an elk with vigilance. And so many points there. I'm sure my hunter father would love to fight that one. The Cloud Spirit. Cloud of the soil, dreams are the crop, say the core. Definitely a nightmare there. Looking like the invisible enemy in Battle Brothers that comes to you as your characters sleep. Terrifying. The Body Double. Oh, so many faces. You may have a body double enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard. I am who I pretend to be. Oh gosh, so it's a 4-cost blue mana 0/0, and it can become something much, much stronger indeed, I suspect, if only it's in the graveyard. In any graveyard. So you can cast your opposition's dead characters. Crazy. Unearth! Make your own zombie. This is from a set that involves hammers, the local hardware store set. You can dig out of the graveyard again, so lots of graveyard play in this one. The Public Execution. You can destroy a target creature, and the other creatures are quite dispirited at seeing that. Though the Executioner did not speak, the villagers got the message. It's some really interesting writing about the way in which executioners were outside of society, and the way in which, until very, very recently, I think the last executioner of France may have died only in the 1990s or so. The way in which they still felt outside of society, but it's an important job and somebody has to do it. We then had the Plundering Barbarian. Let me keep my treasure. You can smash open a chest or pry it open. So again, treasure token versus destroying an artifact. Between now and next video, I promise to look up what a treasure token is and why it's good, what it does exactly. The Mog Conscripts. Are these the Mog? And if so, what are they eating? No one likes that. Torn's Horn. They've seen us. Now, statue, you must fight to save yourself. All right, so aboard the Predator, apparently a ship, these conscripts came to eat everyone and everything. They definitely had some good dental care for all those teeth sticking out well. The Iron Hoof Ox. It's in very dark black text there. It can't be blocked by more than one creature. I want to make sure you absolutely understand that it just can't. The good news is vegetarian. The bad news, it doesn't like you. Again, managed to make an entirely farm creature deck. The old McRiz deck. The Crashing Boars, charging on there, ruining a party, and Party to Ruin. In that one, we could see the boars chasing after an acrobat, perhaps. I guess they don't like the circus terribly much. Seaside Citadel. Comes play tapped again, you get mana and such. For wisdom's sake, it was built high to gaze on all things. For glory's sake, built high as a testament to power. For strength's sake, it was built high to repel all attacks. High in the air, the Citadel. And then Grist the Human Tide. Wait. Wasn't Grist the name of the larva a moment ago? Perhaps there's only one name in all of Magic. Everything is Grist. Do you again have an interesting backside? You do not. So this is Grist in just one form. Again, what do the ups and downs mean? Gotta look into that, how they gain points and lose points. Then Kenrith the Return King. Welcome back, Ken. You've been busy with Barbie? Last then, the Crashing Football. A couple of giant rhinos coming to get us. Excellent. And then the silly card at the back, the Pan-Glacial Shinobi. It's a little ninja dancing about with library ninjutsu. Strange. I didn't split those cards at all based on their rarity or otherwise, so I'm just going to go ahead and file them up today, right together, put them here. I'll deal them after the video. Last one for now is the Collector Booster. I should also say, I have a surprise for you. At the end of today's video, I have a surprise. I probably should have led with that, but it's nothing terribly exciting for this video, but kind of an interesting point about what might come soon in the history of this channel. I got some ideas. I want to share them with you in just a moment. It's kind of a teaser, I guess, for the next one. Maybe that's right. All right, the final set. We start at the back here. I think some of you may have already seen the special cards in that one. Got to work on hiding them a bit more. Dismal Backwater, it's land. I ask only the winds return you to me as swiftly as they bear you in the storm crane away. So those go away and you return. I know some people do this kind of like, or other way, like, oh boy, okay, I'm making a mess. Never mind. They kind of hide what the card is slowly. I don't really care to do that. A Caustic Exhale. Poison breath everywhere. That poor person. Back to the other side then. We then have a Underfoot Underdogs. The Goblin Warriors are fighting as fiercely as they can. They'll probably lose the Orc, but they're renowned for both banter and for tactical teamwork, like some sort of WWF team back in the day. Dragonstorm Globe. The scholars fashion devices to forecast the behavior of the Dragonstorms. Every dragon you control gets a +1/+1 counter. The Sultai Monument, as disgusting as last time we pulled it. Beyond that, we have the Static Snare, keeping those dragons locked up for a moment or so, I'm sure. After that, we have a Effortless Master, dancing about. Orc Monks. I didn't realize that orcs were holy or patient enough to be a monk, but there's one who's done its best. Beyond that, we have a Karak Guardian in that showcase there. Only Temur Whisperers are allowed in the Dragon's Throat. I think the Dragon's Throat was the name of a monastery in Skyrim also. I wonder if the Dragon's Throat's a common term used for a place where the dragons are met. Then the Boulder-born Dragon. A little shiny fun there. After that, we have for ourselves a Forest with Dragon overhead. Nice little shadow at midday. We then have Narset the Jeskai Waymaster. Another human monk there. Each step we take a decision that changes the course of our futures. We must be careful where we tread. Yeah, if I hadn't gone left in that day, would I have met my wife? If I hadn't shown up late to that meeting, wouldn't I have been on the wrong plane and missed an important decision? Life is one set of chances after another. So speaks the Hammerhead Tyrant. He has no subjects but tyrant nonetheless, destroying all of us, stepping on everything, and looking quite regal while doing so. After that, we have the Baron Step Siege. As enchantment enters, choose Abzan or Mardu. We had one other card last video in which you had to choose someone, decide who you want to be or to whom you want to be devoted, perhaps. After that, we have Avenger of the Fallen. has Death Touch and mobilizes a number of creature cards in your graveyard. Okay, what does that mean? If this is the very last character you cast after everyone else is dead, they mobilize in a big way. Must learn Mobilize. After that, we have Inevitable Defeat, looking like one of those characters in, what's it called? In League of Legends, coming out of the jungle, throwing and keeping you locked down. Can't be countered. An exile target non-land permanent. There you go, friends. That is that pack as well. I think I went a little fast with that one, but I thought of the thing I wanted to share with you, and I do want to share it now. So let me show you right here, right now. As many of you know already, and if you don't, here it is. I live in Japan, which means my access to Magic cards is kind of strange here. But I decided it'd be a fun thing on one of the big auction sites here, something kind of like eBay. If I went ahead and bought some Japanese bulk, I have a few packs here of partially Japanese, partially English bulk. And this one was packed genuinely like this. It's just tons of cards piled into the box. There's got to be a couple hundred of them. I have no idea how to show you all of these. Maybe I'll just like put them out on the table and we'll look at them together. I do read some Japanese, but very, very slowly, so you're going to have to identify via pictures, perhaps. Either way, we're going to do some of that on next video. It'll be something like, what, Friday bulk day or something. I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to continue to build this stream, build this channel. I keep saying stream, my apologies. I should probably end today by showing you the most valuable and important cards, but I don't know what they are. For now, though, let me say thank you. I enjoyed hanging out with you, and I hope to see you again on the next video pretty darn soon. Thanks a lot, folks.